This is becoming a monthly thing for us, but recently we've had a lot of discussions with others in the community about transfer students and how does that affect our district. And from what I can tell, the policy on the website is that we don't accept transfers if it detrimentally affects Tumwater students. So I guess that depends on what you think of as detrimental to Tumwater students. And that brought up the discussion of class size. There are several classes at the elementary level which are over impact. And impact for our district is graduated from kindergarten to 5th grade. And that was a number that the Teachers Association and the district agreed upon. There's lots of other studies out there where those numbers are a lot lower than what was agreed upon as being a healthy learning environment. And if it's over that number, another person in the room actually makes a big difference. And it's good to see that there's that option in the contract for adding another person. I don't know how often that is utilized over the taking extra pay. And another area was the high schools. And Tumwater High School takes a lot more transfer students than Black Hills. And there's a multitude of, inequities that creates. Just in the classes that can be offered at Tumwater High School versus Black Hills High School, just based on the numbers of students. So when Mr. Dugan talked about making the schools equitable across the district, I think there's a big gap between Tumwater High School and Black Hills High School. For one, Black Hills High School does not have an accelerated physical science class. Why not? I mean, Tumwater High School has two or three. That's something that I think is an inequity that should be looked at. And then there's also the question of why are we accepting out-of-district students so early in the year without having an idea of what our enrollment is going to be in May, how many extra students we're going to get. And looking at just the freshman English at Tumwater High School. Freshman English is something that every freshman has to take. There's a set number of teachers, there's a set number of students that those classes can hold. Why are our freshman English classes at Tumwater High School over the impact numbers? And every honors class is over 27, and the average is over 30. That's a lot of kids in one class, and that also leads to some of the comments that I've heard over the years that honors English, if you don't get there early, you don't have a seat. How do you go to an English class and not have a seat? So, and maybe that was because we let kids in January, February, March, and then we had extra kids come in after that. I would just ask that you take more of that into consideration, and maybe your definition of an overcrowded classroom is different than mine, but I think the teacher's contract would be a good starting point. If you're over that 27 for a high school class, maybe that should be your goal and not the 30, which is the automatic pay. So I think waiting to decide on transfers would be good, and then trying to even out Tumwater High School and Black Hills would be somewhere that I think you guys should start.